Mia with another joining me on your favorite platform. And yeah, feel free and tune in. We're live on Instagram, Facebook, and today we're going to be talking about winning home and essentially things for buyers on the market. So and join live on because this weekend at open house weekend. So some of these strategies you'll be able to employ in your day-to-day real life scenario, and you will be able to use today. So again, I am your realtor Hugo, licensed in Maryland with Long and Foster, North Potomac, Rockville, and thank you so much for tuning in. As always, let me get these guys in a little bit better position. They're kind of struggling right now, and we will get started. Hold on. Ugh, get it out of the shot. Ugh. Sorry about this, guys. Technical difficulties. Ooh, watch me lose all of you. Okay, that should be a little bit better. No, possibly. Let's put it over here. Yeah, that's better. I think that's about as good as we're gonna get. Sorry about that, guys. So tonight we are going to be talking about multi-offer situations and how to navigate them, especially in a multi-offer market. These are some strategies, again, like I mentioned earlier, you're going to be able to use to talk with realtors about what the potential market might be like in your local area. This weekend is a very important weekend for real estate because it's open house weekend this year. And this week coming up is going to be open house weeks. Basically, a mini holiday in real estate where everyone puts out their best listings and shows them out to the public. It's a great time to learn more about real estate and become more familiarized with some of your up and coming real estate agents or prominent faces in the industry. There are still tons of very successful realtors that do open houses, even their own personal open houses. Some of them, swear by it. So I will be doing an open house, and feel free and check out my other posts about that. And it's going to be great. It's back on the market. So we would love to have you be the new owner of this home, $375 for the price point. And yeah, feel free and check out the details on that post. But without further ado, 10 points to navigate multi-offers for buyers. Number one, understand the market dynamics. Stay informed about whether it's currently a buyer or seller's market in your area and how quickly homes are selling. The knowledge can guide you and your urgency and offer strategy. How you offer, where you offer, how fast some of your contingencies might disappear, or how much time you really have to make a decision can all be impacted by the market that you're in. There's some markets that are not moving. There are real estate potential finds everywhere. It's just when you're talking about Maryland real estate and when you're talking about a particular market, you tend to get the specifics and the actual details of the market, and you see that real estate doesn't move that fast. It's not like a stock market. But we have seen big shifts, so make sure you're talking to a local expert that knows your area. Number two, secure mortgage pre-approval. Obtain a pre-approval letter from your lender before making an offer. This shows sellers you are serious and financially capable of completing the purchase. We want this from contract to close. And that's one of the biggest things. Don't make any major changes in your credit. Don't make any changes in your finances. Don't add money. Don't take money away. Don't Don't really make any big moves with your bank accounts or your statements at all while you're in the process of getting a home. It's a very quick way to lose financing. And yeah, get the pre-approval. It's worth it. It's worth it turning in all the paperwork at the same time. Now, if you start to feel like your lender is not doing it right, if you are having other options or want to explore other avenues, feel free and let them know, but be clear and let them know. The best thing you can do is work with a lender that you like and communicate with them. Shop around as much as you need to shop around during the 30-day period. But once you find somebody that you really like, really continue to work with them, because rates will change and over time they will stay in contact with you and hopefully give you a deal come that time. Number three, respond quickly. Be prepared to make fast decisions by setting up instant alerts for new listings and being ready to view properties as soon as they hit the market. In a really competitive market, this is a thing of, yeah, we lost the property over an hour, 2 hours, a few minutes. It can get that really down to the wire. If I or your realtor gets stuck in traffic, we can't execute on your paperwork, that all can impact whether or not you get an offer accepted. Hopefully, it doesn't impact it negatively, but the strongest offer tends to always win. So make sure that you are able to respond quickly to these new alerts, respond to your realtor when they need things, respond to your lender when they need documentation. Really get back to people as fast and as quick as possible, because more than anything else, what they would like is holding up the standards of time is of the essence. That's really what's on our contract, and it's more than anything how we operate. Most answers have to be given within 3 business days from the time the paperwork is given. That's usually the rule of thumb that I've always worked with, is 3 business days. But alas, we have these things that over time change. But more than anything, be prepared to be in communication. Don't just go ghost, and be prepared to answer questions, because when this process is going through it, there might be things that pop up. Now, also discuss with your realtor the best ways to communicate, because you don't want to get random phone calls in the middle of the night either, and I'm sure they don't as well. So number four, submit a strong initial offer. Make your first offer competitive to stand out in a crowded market, ideally based on thorough analysis of the home's value and recent sales price of similar properties. It's easier said than done, especially with homes going up in value so much in the last few years, but it is something that can benefit you. Always knowing where the best markets are, how to break into them, where the potential homes are, working with your realtor that gives you a map of those, or gives you a drip campaign of those, can really help. But more than anything, being ready with the other things that you need, so that your first offer is the best offer and you don't have to beat around the bush or keep looking for homes. Number five, minimize contingencies. Reduce the number of contingencies in your offers, such as inspections and mortgage approvals, to make it more appealing to the seller. However, ensure you are comfortable with the risks this may entail. Now, as always, we even have you sign paperwork to, again, mitigate those risks and let you know that, hey, we explained these things to you and we told you, hey, this was what happened. This is the situation. You waived your home inspection, you waived your appraisal, you waived your financing. Just because you waive financing, by the way, doesn't mean that it's waived on a contract. You still might have to go through financing. So, um, and that's one a lot of people get tripped up on, and I see very even long time in the business agents um, fail to disclose that, because really, once you talk to the lender, you realize, oh, okay, they have this type of financing. They obviously need a um, financing. contingency. But you know, you try to work with the best offer and the best um, that you can, and then fill in the gaps from there. We're trying to make the will of two different parties happen. And I, as a realtor, and they, as a realtor, should be able to work together to make that happen. And that's really what you want, is a team effort of everybody trying to get to the finish line. Number 6, offer a higher earnest money deposit. Show your commitment by offering a higher earnest money deposit than would typically be usual. This can be anywhere from 1 to 3% and make your offer and it can make your offer more attractive and signal your serious interest in the property. Again, it's the commitment. So be very careful how much money you put in that pot. If you're not serious about it, you should really never put an offer out there. If you're playing games, you shouldn't put an offer out there. If you're committing fraud, you shouldn't put it out for out there. That all goes without saying because we're trying to conduct business and we're trying to find homes for people that want them. So I know it's hard to buy a property, but it's worth it doing it the right way. So if you can put down what you can put down, put it down. Higher deposit is always better, but don't go into a deal with the thought that you're trying to get out of it. Now, if you find something you need to get out of it, there should be some places where you can get out of it. But if you buy it as is, zero contingencies, it can get quite tricky. So be careful. Don't commit to something. Remember that these are contracts and your commitment on these contracts is binding. So, not more than anything else. Someone wants to take you to court, they can take you to court on that. Anyone's in their right to sue, and someone will have to pass judgment on that. And, you don't want to be on the receiving end of a verdict like that where you lose money for, in essence, no reason. Number 7, personalize the transaction with a letter. Write a personal letter to the seller expressing why you love their home and how you envision your future there. This emotional appeal can sometimes make a difference. That is very true. Again, I've said this on another show as well. I personally don't pass those letters along. I like to leave it up to the contract alone, because those letters can sometimes uh, lay out details about you that might be a basis for a fair housing discrimination reason. People have intrinsic biases that sometimes they're not even aware of, and we don't want to leave it up to chance. We really want to leave it up to contract and who can afford this home and who can pay for it. Really, more than anything else. So, I always love the sentiment of those letters, but remember, it's about having the financing and having the paperwork you need to prove that you have the contract that they need. Be flexible on closing. If possible, be flexible with your closing dates to accommodate the seller's timeline. Offering conveniences like leasebacks can give you an edge. That is something you're going to start seeing more and more. And it's going to sound crazy, but this person just sold their home and you're going to let them live in there, in essence, for free for about 30 days or 45 days or 60 days, whatever it is. There's going to be some money in between, but, there's not really a rent per se that's going to be taken because there's no formal lease. There's just going to be an agreement and then some money in between just so there's no damages to the property. But there are arrangements like this that happen. And we saw it a lot during lockdown because more than anything else, people were struggling to sell one home and then purchase the next home. So they would have to sell one home, get a rent back, take about 30 to 45 days to then go under contract on their home, close on that home, and then coordinate a move. So it could get very dicey. You could have a domino effect when people would try to coordinate these moves a little bit too tightly, and things would get delayed in the lending portion or the financing portion, or even in the process. Sometimes just the sheer process in dates and holidays can delay a transaction. So Man, what can I tell you? Be flexible. Number nine, be financially prepared for a bidding war. Decide in advance how high you're willing to go in a bidding situation and set a strict budget to avoid getting carried away by the competitive atmosphere. Set those numbers up when you have a cool head. Look at the things while you have a cool head. Sleep on it if you need to. But remember, time is of the essence, and we do not want you to lose out on our property. So take as much time as you need to because this is a serious decision. Remember some old adages. You don't lose in real estate unless you sell. You can always refinance at a later point. You can always get a lower rate at 20% equity. And historically, real estate has brought in at least in this area, at least a 6% return on average. So you can't predict for everything. Of course, things can break, things can go wrong, but you can really accommodate a lot and build a lot if you start now. So um, I know it's a lot of money. I know it feels like a lot over 30 years, but you can do it. And it's kind of like planting a tree. The sooner that you do it, the more grateful you are, the older that you get. I know it's very daunting, but remember, you start entering a game like real estate and you start entering a new world. You can start buying and selling properties. You can start reinvesting that money, maybe taking a little bit of time, leasing in a few places, and then, purchasing. Especially if you're holding down a consistent job, it can be very, I should say, consistent work, consistent income. It can be very easy to start a very lucrative retirement plan with real estate. But the first one is the most important one. And that's why it's important that you're financially ready and stable to do the first transaction. That's why it's so important to do the first one right. If you do the first one right, every other transaction after that should be right as well. You'll start to make more money. It's bound to happen. So, last but not least, number 10, maintain composure. Buying a home, especially in a competitive market, can be stressful. So, stay calm and focused, making informed decisions rather than emotional ones. I know. It's easier said than done, but this is where you have to keep a level head about yourself. You have to remember that, hey, this is not the time to go crazy. This is not the time to get mad. This is the time to buy my house. And this is a process. Find a realtor that you feel it will explain things to you, will coordinate with you, will make you feel good about these choices you're making and feel like you're making informed choices. And the transaction will flourish. More than anything else, be knowledgeable of what you're getting into, ask the questions, and don't rely on anybody else to give you the information that you need. If you need it, you need to ask. So, yeah, I know it's hard. I know I can't predict the future for all of you, but these are some tips that you could use when things get really hectic this year and we start having multiple offers again. Because the way it's looking, we're going to have it. We only have 4 open houses in my office right now. In an office of 200 agents, we have 4 open houses. So I'm going to be doing one. Let me pull up the address for you real quick. 1410 Woods Court in Arnold, Maryland. And that one is going to be the place. Let me pull up the website for you and we can check it out real quick together as well. Join me on Sunday. I'll also do a live. Actually, I'll do a couple of lives. I love to do lives at the open houses because I think they're a great way to show off the properties, especially if I have good signal. This one's a little bit of a ways away, so it's going to be a whole different area. It's not, my neck of the woods, but it's a great opportunity for you to see a potential property that is out on the market at a great price. So let me pull it up here. Here you guys go. You can kind of see some of the pictures here. My dear colleague William Blake is the listing agent on this. I will be hosting the open house.
You can see the estimated payments about 2,000. I can scroll down in a few seconds and show you some of the other details. Just back on the market too. The financing fell through on the previous contract, so it's a great opportunity to come in and take that over. 1983, stunning two level, two bedroom, two bath, has a basement. Estimated taxes and non-tax charges in the first fiscal year of ownership is around 3,425. So, great opportunity. Go ahead and check that out online. You can find the listing, and yeah, it is really an opportunity for someone to get a new home. So, I appreciate you all. Oh, I am so sorry. I didn't realize that you guys didn't see that. I am so sorry. Here you go. Let me show you one more time before we go. I thought you saw that. That is completely my fault. There you go. Let me show you guys one more time. This is going to be the place that I'm going to be showing off on Sunday from 12 to 4. Very cute. Ready to go. If you're looking for an investment property, looks like it's ready. Recently cleaned. If you're looking for move-in ready, move-in ready. If you have a family, or if it's just yourself. Honestly, real estate, you can't go bad. Like I was saying, it's from 1983, and the estimated tax and non-tax charges in the first fiscal year of ownership is 3,425. So feel free and check out that showcase out on the Long and Foster website. There's tons of new stuff on the Long and Foster website too. So feel free and check that out. Let me see if I can show you one last thing before we go. Yeah, actually, let me show you guys this. This is the last thing that Long and Foster is actually offering this weekend, starting April 13th through May 31st. To enjoy these exclusive savings, all you got to do is use LFSM24 to unlock savings of up to $1,000 by signing up with our all-inclusive service team. And what is this? Is Long Foster's new initiative to be an all inclusive, one stop shop for real estate. We are one company, one team with one goal to deliver a seamless real estate experience. Our all inclusive service team covers everything from mortgage inspection and title to insurance, moving, and property management, providing you with peace of mind from start to finish. Take advantage of the Long and Foster exclusive spring savings offer designed to simplify your real estate journey while saving you money. And again, all you have to do is use LFSM24 to unlock savings of up to $1,000 by signing up with our exclusive, all inclusive service team. And you can do that on the website. The website is Long and Foster Spring Offer 2024. You can Google that as well. There's also a page on my Instagram that will take you there too on my stories. So go ahead and check that out. But enough of that. We paid those bills. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for tuning in. And I will recap everything that we talked about today. Today was the Win the Home 10 essential tips for the buyers in a multi-offer market. And remember, we're seeing a lot less inventory in the market this year. We're still really tight on inventory. So we're looking like we're going to have more multi offers this year again. So some of these tactics you can actually use this weekend when you're out there looking at homes. Number one, understand the market dynamics. Number two, secure mortgage pre-approvals. Number three, respond quickly. Number four, submit a strong initial offer. Number five, minimize contingencies. Number six, offer a higher earnest money deposit. Number seven, personalize the transaction with a letter. Number eight, be flexible on closing. Number nine, be financially prepared for a bidding war. And number 10, maintain composure. It can get hectic out there and it can get really stressful. Relax, breathe, Everything else will fall into place. All you have to do is communicate with your realtor, follow their lead, and things should go smoothly. If your realtor and you communicate well, you shouldn't have too much doubt of what's going on. And I know it can be scary, but remember, you're doing something that not a lot of people do. That's why it's very scary and daunting. But you're also doing something that you're going to thank yourself in the long run. So, again, if you have any further questions or want to talk more about buying, selling, leasing, or investing, my name is Hugo Quintanilla. I am a licensed realtor in Maryland with Long and Foster, North Potomac, Rockville, and you can check me out online on most social media platforms. My email is hugo@lnf.com. My website is yourrealtorhugo.com. My phone number is 240-389-4846. Don't forget to look up the Long and Foster Spring 24 deal, Spring Offer 2024, the $1,000 credits that you can get in savings. And yeah, go check out an open house this weekend. And don't forget to check out my open house with me on Sunday at 1410 Point O Woods Court in Arnold, Maryland, 21012 from 12 to 4. I will see you guys there. Thank you again for tuning in, and I appreciate you all. Take care. I'll see you tomorrow. We'll have another class. Tomorrow is actually going to be one of the webinars from um, buying, selling. Tomorrow's selling. So if you are interested in selling a property, tomorrow is your day. All right. Take care. I will talk to you tomorrow. And then don't forget, Sunday we have the open house, but we also have the real estate show at the end with the top real estate stories of the week. So I will catch you guys tomorrow for that as well. Thank you for tuning in. Take care. Bye.